Look, my bitches all bad, my niggas all real. I ride his dick, cause some big tall hills, big fat checks.
Big large bills, run out, flip like 10 car wheels. Cold ass bitch, I give raw chills. Send it for looks and my lips so kill. I kiss him in the mouth, I feel all grills. Heat in the car, that's wheels on wheels. Woo! I was born to
Tell me, doctor, am I really sick? He said I'm showing characteristics of being a snobby bitch. Yeah, I'm a poppin' bitch and I know
This video about to be mad long. Like, oh my gosh, I should have just did a regular tutorial and called it a day. I decided I'm about to turn this around and turn this into a story time because I can just sit here and like do my eyebrows and do my makeup because it's gonna look crazy. Alright, y'all, so I went ahead and did my other eyebrow just to go ahead and save time. But basically, the story time that I'm gonna be doing for y'all is the reason I quit my high school cheerleading team. And low-key, I don't want to tell this story because I don't know why I don't want to tell the story. But I'm changing all the names and everything anyway, so nobody's gonna know who I'm talking about. Ma! So to start this story off, I'm gonna start off from like the beginning, like all the way at the beginning. So I was a cute little middle school girl. I was in the 8th grade and we were about to go to high school, and then one of the coaches from the high school that we were gonna be going to came over for a assembly or like a conference or something like that at our school. And me being the type of person I am, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be a cheerleader. Like I used to cheer for a rec team when I was younger. So I was like, oh yeah, like I can do that. Big mistake. No, I'm not even gonna sit here and flex. Like I loved the team. Sometimes I convinced my friend to do cheerleading with me. She was like, oh, okay, like yeah, we'll do it, whatever. So then we ended up going to tryouts. Tryouts was super easy. I'm not really one of those people who gets super nervous about things like that, so I was just like, whatever, like if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. Like I don't care. I ended up making the team, and so did my friend. So we were excited, we were hyped, we were like, oh, like we're about to be cheerleaders. And you know the notion about cheerleaders and how they're like popular and everyone loves them and they're the queen bees of the school. Kind of like how Mean Girls is. That's not reality. And I didn't know that at the time, so I was thinking like, oh yeah, like I'm about to get up in here day one. Like, I'm gonna be so cool because I'm a cheerleader.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
But no. It turns out people actually hate cheerleaders. Who would have thought? Me and my friend made the team. We ended up cheering or whatever. But literally, like, our budget was shot. Ended up all having on different shoes. And she was literally my only friend on the team. Like, no one else talked to me. I really didn't think anyone else liked me. I wasn't even, like, a really shy person. It's just, like, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you. But I wasn't like super duper comfortable because I did start with my friends, so that's who I was used to talking to. So then I think like halfway through, or no, right before the beginning of basketball season, because
really, nigga?
Right at the beginning of basketball season, because the seasons are split into like basketball and football. Right at the end of football season, beginning of basketball season, she quit the team because she started messing with this dude, and like he lived where she lived at, so she would literally like skip practice to go see him or whatever. Why in the world aren't you coming to practice? Like, you know you're my only friend. Like, I don't talk to anyone. I'm lonely. I'm alone. What is your problem? So she's like, oh, so-and-so just asked me to hang out after school, so I've been hanging out with him. Plus, I only did cheerleading because you did it. I didn't really like it anyway and stuff like that. So then I'm mad. I'm heated. I'm like, so are you telling me that you're quitting? Like, you're not coming back? She's like, yeah, I don't really like it. I'm just not gonna go back. So at this point, I'm heated. I'm like, wow, like, you really gonna do me like that? But this isn't what made me quit. So I went through the season, had no friends, didn't really talk to anybody, but I mean, it was cool, I guess, or whatever. Made it through my first football season and then half of my basketball season, and then we ended up moving to Georgia. So we moved to Georgia, and then I technically had to quit. I had stopped coming to practice because I had a lot of family things going on. Like, I was stressed out because I didn't want to move. And one of the volunteer coaches at the time, like, really had an attitude with me about it and was like, if you're not serious about cheering, then just stop coming, like, don't come anymore. Nobody ever asked, like, oh, is everything okay at home or is anything wrong? They just assumed, like, I was being an ass and I was just not showing up just because, which I mean, hey, I can't really be mad at you for that. I guess I would feel the same type of way. But before I just like shot off at someone who was like, if you're not serious, don't come. I would ask, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? It's whatever. That's besides the point. We moved to Georgia. We ended up moving back a few months later. So then I had to go to a different school for a while. I was gonna try out for the cheerleading team for that school, but they were technically our rivals. So I was like, yeah, I'm not about to be a traitor or anything like that. Big mistake number 2. I should have cheered for them. But so yeah, basically I came back to the school after I went to the other rival school for a little while. Ended up coming back to my regular school and then trying out. So I think I got in there and they were kind of like, what is she doing here? Because technically, I guess you can say I quit the last time, which technically I didn't really quit. I just had a lot going on, and I wasn't focusing on cheerleading when my whole family's about to pack up and move to a different state. But nobody asked that because nobody cared. So, whatever. Ended up being on the cheer team again. So around this time, this was my 10th grade year. So 10th grade year, I cheered. This is my 10th grade year? Yeah, it was my 10th grade year, and I cheered basketball season, which was pretty fun. Then 11th grade year is where everything was like, the captains we had at the time, we didn't like them. We literally were like, we hate them. And at this point, I had actually had friends. So I actually had friends on the team, people that I talked to, people that I interacted with in the hallways and all that. So it wasn't just like me saying like, oh, I hate everyone, da da da. No, it was never like that. It was just, we ended up getting cool, but then some of the girls that were on the team before, which were girls who had been on the team with us, so it's not like they were way older than us or anything. We had all been at the bottom before, so they ended up making those girls the captains. I'm not gonna say anybody's name because it's not the point of this. They ended up making those girls the captains, and then once they turned into captains, sis, if you ever heard the term mad with power, like, that was the definition of mad with power. It's like, oh, we're like captains now, so we really about to run y'all down, like. So turning to captains really stopped being nice. They clicked up with each other and decided that, you know, we all weren't, I guess, cool or friends anymore. We weren't really friends like that in the first place, but the fact that you are now technically an authority figure in the team, I feel like you should make an effort to be nice to everyone, not just people that you're cool with. But they didn't do that. They decided that we are the captains, so we are the ones in charge. We are more powerful than y'all. So then this is when all the incidents started. So basically, I'm not really a troublemaking person. I don't look for trouble. I'm pretty to myself until I feel threatened or I feel like someone is trying to start an issue with me for no reason. So the first issue that I had was I was running. Me and my friends were all running the same speed, but one of the captains, who didn't really like me anyway for some unknown reason, was like, Nazyia, you have another lap because you're not running. Someone sitting here like, oh, we all running the same speed. We are literally in a straight line all running. How are you going to call me out and say I have another lap? So we get to the end of the lap, and I didn't run. And I didn't run because, like, we were all running the same speed. We were literally in a straight line. You're not about to sit there and call me out of everyone and think I'm going to listen to what you say. So I didn't run. She was like, why didn't you run? I was like, because we were all going the same speed. She was like, I don't care. You do what I tell you to do.
You got me fucked up.
I do what? I do, huh? Girl, never in my life. I hate when people try to act like they got authority over me when they really don't. So I didn't run. And I went back out there and she had an attitude about it. So one of the other captains, they were like, oh, can you please just run? She was nicer. I actually liked her, so I listened to her. He was like, can you please just, like, do another lap, please? When I say that was the fastest lap I ever ran in my life because I was mad when my adrenaline was pumping, I literally, like, hit the track and was back in 2.5 seconds. Flat. That was, like, the first incident. that started the whole wave, because I'm not the type of person where I'm just gonna let people talk to me any type of way. That's never been me, and that will never be me. So we all ended up having a trip that we were supposed to go on, and literally because of the captains we had, nobody wanted to go on the trip. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. We didn't like them. They were mean. They were clicked up. Besides like one, she was cool, I liked her, but the rest of them, they were just like clicky and cliquish and acted like we were beneath them. So they were technically supposed to ask us what we wanted to do for our end of the year trip. They didn't ask us. They kind of just made their own decision and then sprung it on us. And we were supposed to go to a water park, but it was like in the middle of the winter. So we're like, why would we go to a water park in the middle of the winter? So at first they told us that we had to pay for it. Then all of us said that we weren't gonna go. So then they were like, oh no, y'all don't have to pay for it. Like, we were just saying y'all had to pay for it for whatever reason. We went. The house immediately divided. Okay, so me and all my friends and all the people who they saw as beneath them went to one house, and all of them went to another house. So the whole entire trip, everyone was distant, everyone was clicked up, because number one, me and all my friends, we didn't want to go because we already knew how they were, and we didn't appreciate the fact that they didn't ask us what we wanted to do for a trip, because they decided to make this decision without us, which wasn't the instruction. So the whole entire trip, we're clicked up. We had a ball. Like, we had a great time. Like, I really can't even complain about the trip and say that it wasn't fun, because it was really fun for me. This isn't the reason why I quit either. I just want to conclude this so I can get my makeup done. So basically, we ended up doing that. Got back. Nobody was cool still. Everyone was still kind of standoffish, click-offish. Okay, so they graduated. Boom. So then senior year rolls around. And baby, it's my turn. Like, I'm like, the whole summer I was working hard. I made up dances. I made up cheers. Like, I was front row. Like, me and my other two friends, well, my other three friends, we literally like took over the whole summer. Like, we were finding new stunts. We were doing all types of crazy stuff, like, just to make us look better as a whole. It comes time to pick captains. So keep in mind, I've been making up cheers, making up dances, everything all summer with my friends. We literally have taken days out to go to each other's house just to make up cheers and do things for the team, and stunts and do all that. Like, we were the best stunt team, all that. So we were doing that. All summer. So then I'm thinking, like, yeah, we did this all summer. They're gonna make me and my friends captains for sure. If not all of us, it's at least the ones that are seniors, you know, because one of us actually was in the 10th grade, I think. I'm like, if not all of us, then the seniors. So then the day comes to pick captains, and the coaches pick the captains, not the team, which I think would make more sense, but whatever. The coaches pick the captains, and then they announce who the captains are. And I'm sitting there waiting for my name to get called, because I'm like, yeah, like, I did all this work all this summer, so of course they're gonna make me a captain. Why wouldn't they? They announce the names. They say one of my friends. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hyped for her. They say my other friend. Like, oh yeah, I'm hyped for her. Then they say this other girl who literally didn't come to any summer practices the whole summer. I was so heated. I was like, are y'all serious right now? So I equated it to like, oh, they just don't like me still because of the issues that I had with the previous captains. So they just don't like me because I'm really verbal about how I feel. So they knew I didn't like them. Like, I'm not going to sit there in front and flex and act like I don't have a problem with them. So that day I left practice, and I told my friend, one of the ones who did become a captain, I said I did all this work this summer. I did everything. Let me fix my light because it looked crazy. It's like, I did all this work this summer. I did everything with y'all. This other girl didn't even show up to practice and didn't even know half the cheers, and she gets to be a captain. And I was mad, so I told her, I said, I'm quitting. She was like, no, don't quit. Don't be like that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm not about to sit around and let somebody take my talents and what I do for granted. So then she told the coach, and the coach called, and she was like, well, why would you quit, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I did all this work this summer just for y'all to basically slap me in my face and say we don't care and give this title to somebody who didn't do nearly half the work that I did. So they were like, oh, just come tomorrow, we'll talk to you, blah, 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 blah. Then they end up giving me a BS title, which is like dance coordinator or something like that. But technically, I still wasn't the captain, even though I stood right beside the captain and I knew all the band dances, which the other captain who didn't come all summer didn't know any of it. So I was like, okay, I'll stay on the team. It's fine. Whatever. Like, that's cool. So then we had a pretty good football season. Like, everything was great up until we got a new coach. And we had no idea who this lady was. Never seen her before. I had no idea where she came from. But she popped up and they were like, oh, this is Coach so-and-so. We're like, oh, hey. Like, we're nice to her or whatever. We aren't, like, being mean or coming off of her any type of way. We're being nice because that's just who we are. We're, like, nice kids. We're nice people. We're not disrespectful or anything like that. The problem that I had was when she tried to start telling us how we should be doing the things that we already knew how to do. So basically, we were the best stunt group. We had the best stunts. So we ended up all doing stunts one day at practice. The whole, not just us, but the whole team. So we laugh and we joke around with each other. That's how we loosen up. Like, that's how we are with each other. So we were laughing, joking around like we always do. She's like, y'all need to stop playing around before you drop somebody. Keep in mind, we put this stunt up thousands of times before. We laugh and joke every time we do it because that's just how we do. So we're respectful. So we're like, oh, okay. So she's like, everyone get around them. We're about to do a stunt and no talking. We never do a stunt where we don't talk in the middle of it. Besides just the numbers. Like, we literally have never did that before. We always talk and we loosen up and we joke and we do whatever during our stunt. That's just how we do it. So she's like, no talking, no one say anything, do this stunt, and everyone spot around. So everyone spots around us because when you spot, basically everyone gets behind and they put their arms up so that they can catch you just in case you fall. So everyone spotted around us, and I'm the flyer, so I'm the person who goes up in the air. So I go up in the air, and the fact that not only we're nervous because everyone is around us, but also the fact that we can't talk and we can't say anything besides the count that we do. Like, we weren't loose enough. We weren't loose enough to do the stunt correctly. So we put it up, it ends up falling, and I end up falling flat on my back. Keep in mind, the new coach, the one who told us to stop joking and playing around, was behind me. So she was the one who was supposed to catch me. I fell flat on my back on the floor. Look over to the side, and she's standing off to the side. She moved out the way and didn't even catch me. So I'm on the ground, and I'm cussing. I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what happened? But I'm going off on everybody because I'm mad. So then my friends, they take me out to go get water. They're like, don't touch her, don't touch her, don't touch her. So they take me out to go get water. And I'm so mad because I'm like, okay, like, you really sit here and, like, ran your mouth and said all this and then dropped me on my back. Like, I don't trust you, period. So I can't lie. Yes, I had a little grudge towards her for the next few days because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a professional. You know for a fact you're supposed to catch me if I fall. Like, that's your job. Why would you volunteer to be a back spot if you're not going to catch me when I'm falling? For about a week, I let it go. I was like, I'm not even about to sit here and, like, hold that to her. Like, maybe it was an accident. Maybe she just, like, got nervous or something. So, I mean, I guess that's understandable. So, I was like, okay, I'm not going to hold that against her or anything. And then another incident came up where she was being, like, straight up mean to us. And I don't know if it's because of that day or because she felt some type of way. Because we could still do what we wanted to do in our stunt. Because at the end of the day, we know how to stunt comfortably for us. So what was comfortable for us that wasn't comfortable for her, I feel like she should have just minded her business and left it alone. But the fact that she let me fall, she didn't want to say anything else to us because it's like, I don't know. So basically, we ended up trying to do flips and stuff. So she was the person who was also helping with flips. She was actually pretty decent at flips, but at the same time, we already established that she didn't know what she was doing. Like, it was really obvious that she didn't have a lot of experience in anything she was doing. I think she was kind of just there just to say she was there. But hey, what do I know?
Nasty bitch.
One day we were out there and we were practicing tumbling. So we were practicing doing like back handsprings and flips like that or whatever. So we already think this lady doesn't know what she's doing. She ends up dropping a girl flat on her face while trying to teach her how to tumble. We laugh because at the end of the day, we're not laughing at the girl, we're laughing at the coach, because it's like, you really be trying to tell us what to do and you keep on dropping everybody. Like, you're injuring us. Like, somebody please help us and get this lady out of here. That's really how we feel. So she's mad and she doesn't like us because of that. So then another time we're all swimming again, same ladies there, and then one of the old captains from the team from before, where I said they were all clicky or whatever, comes, and she's supposed to be watching us or supervising or whatever. So keep in mind that this lady, the new lady, she has made us do this 7 times in a row. And if you know anything about stunting, you know stunting takes a whole lot of upper body strength. Like, it takes all your energy, especially like throwing people up and catching them or doing like multiple stunts in one. So we're like, when can we stop? Like, we've done this stunt so many times. So the girl from the previous year comes and she's like, you're gonna do it as many times as she tells you to do it.
You got me fucked up.
What? So we start going off. Me and my friends cuss this girl out. Like, not know like, oh girl, F you. No, we are going in. We are cussing her out. Because at the end of the day, don't come here. And number one, we already didn't like you. Don't come here and tell us what to do when we've stunted 7 times in a row. Don't do that, sis. That's what you're not gonna do. So we ended up cussing this girl out. Oh no. And then she gets mad. And she goes in the hallway and she's like, oh, they better be lucky that I'm 17, whatever, which didn't really make sense because technically we were all like 16, 17 anyway. So I don't see what that had to do with anything, but go off still. We ended up getting in an argument about that. Then we ended up doing another, I don't know if we were stunting or we were doing a routine. I think we were doing a dance routine or something. Ended up doing a dance routine with the other coach, the one that they brought in, the new one. Ended up doing a routine with her. And literally she had an attitude with us. Like, she kept being mean to us. She kept getting like snappy with us. Just like acting crazy towards us for no reason. And I think it's because like she knew that we knew, like we could see through her. Like, you don't know what you're doing. So I feel like she knew that we knew that. So she was mad at us. She hated us. She did not like us because we could see through her little facade that she had no idea what she was doing. She didn't belong here. And I know that sounds mean, but like, that's literally how we felt. We felt like she didn't belong there. We felt like she didn't know what she was doing. So in the middle of that, she has an attitude with us. I asked her a question. I was like, can you tell me where I'm supposed to be or something like that? She's like, you should know it already or something crazy. So I'm like, well, obviously if I'm asking, that means I don't know where I'm supposed to be. That's why I'm asking the question. So then she's like, you know what, just go ahead and get out. Like, I don't need you here, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the next day, me and all my friends on the cheer team, we tell our head coach, the one that we actually liked, we were like, we're quitting. She's like, why are you quitting? I was like, because we don't like her. She's disrespectful. She has an attitude problem. And we're not going to sit here and put up with it, period. So we ended up quitting because this lady has a serious attitude problem. We're like, this team is not benefiting us or doing anything for us besides stressing us out, because literally all we do is practice and cheer sideline. Honestly, one thing I do regret is quitting before basketball season, because basketball season is my favorite season to cheer in. But I just couldn't take it anymore. We were literally like, this woman is horrible. And it's not even like we had a problem against the team or anything. We literally had a problem with her. And that's it. And honestly, for the type of team we were, I feel like we were really good cheerleaders. I feel like they should have just fired her to avoid losing us. We ended up quitting. But we were still like stunting and practicing and doing stuff like that just for fun. Even though technically I don't think we were supposed to be at the school after hours if we weren't with a team. We still were. We kind of just like hung out. We volunteered to help them. So we volunteered to come back, not to cheer, but to be, you know, mini coaches or help. So the first time we get back, we see, it was me and one of the other girls. The other two were like, nah, we're not about to do that. So it was me and one of the other girls. So we ended up going back, and we're helping and stuff. So then they're like, the girls on the team, because they loved us. For some reason, they said that the younger girls or JV girls didn't like us because we were bullies or something like that. But from our knowledge, they actually liked us because they talked to us more than we talked to our previous captain. So from what I know, from the ones that I talked to, they liked me and liked us. So we're telling them like, oh, we don't know what to do yet, y'all. We gotta wait on Coach so-and-so to give y'all instructions, and then we're just gonna go based on whatever she says. So I think she only hears when they asked what we doing. So she got mad because they were asking us, and she was like, you're gonna wait until I give you instructions, blah 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 blah. We're like, that's literally what we just said. Like, we just told them that. So why are you coming in here with an attitude, like going off on us? Like, we literally didn't just tell them that. She was like, y'all don't run anything here, so stop acting like it, blah blah blah. Y'all think y'all big and bad, and this is that. And I'm literally saying, like, lady, are you crazy? Like, what in the world are you talking about? So she started going off, so I started going off on her because she's like, get out, we don't need y'all here, this is that. I'm like, we don't need you here. I said, sis, you can't even cheer, for real, for real. I was like, you act like you don't know what you're doing. I was like, your butt loose and it look like it stink. Yeah, I be getting real disrespectful. When I'm mad, it's a whole nother level because I don't care about nothing I say. It's whatever. So yeah, I was like, sis, you look like you stink. You need to go take care of all them little ugly kids you got. I ain't know if her kids was ugly or not, just be talking, but it's like, you need to go take care of them little ugly kids you got, because what you're not finna do is keep on coming for me. I'm going back and forth, cussing each other out. So all the JV girls are sitting there like, Nazyia, like, stop, like, you really are doing too much, like, just chill. But at the end of the day, this is like a 25, 26-year-old lady, and I was like 16 at the time. You really about to sit here and argue with a 16-year-old? It looked goofy. You look goofy, baby. And the coach that we actually liked ended up calling. She's like, okay, what happened? So I told her what happened. I'm like, we get here and she already has an attitude. Like, she's not even like inviting or nice or anything like that. She's not apologetic about any of the things that she did before or anything. So she has an attitude as soon as we get here because she doesn't like us. And that's obvious. Like, that's apparent that this grown woman doesn't like two teenage girls. And she's like, well, I'm sorry that happened, but I can't allow y'all to come back and this and that because it'd be disruptive or something like that. And she's an adult and we have to respect her and blah, 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 blah. She ain't like no adult, so I ain't care. But, hold on, y'all. I'm about to do this other eye and then I'll come back and I'll finish the story. Alright, y'all, so I am back and I'm here to finish my story. Well, technically that was the end of my story because, like, we quit. Like, that was the end of it. But yeah, we quit and then we tested the lady out, so technically we kind of went back. And it was pretty sad. It was, like, really tragic. But yeah, that was my story time. If you just came specifically for the story time, then the story time is over and goodbye. But if you're here for the Valentine's Day look, then just stick around because I'm nowhere near done with my face. It's gonna be like a 50-minute, hour-long video. Everyone likes a little talk through. So I know a lot of people DM'd me after they subscribed to me and asked me, like, they were like, you should talk more in your videos, you should talk about stuff and this is that. And I'm like, honestly, I'm like a very boring person. Like, I don't have anything to talk about. Like, I don't do anything, but people requested, so I decided to do what everyone asked and talk about stuff. I'm gonna do the same thing I did in my cloud eyeshadow video, and I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild foundation and just use this to I'm gonna like make little hearts because it's Valentine's Day. This is supposed to be a heart, but it don't really look like a heart, so we're just gonna rock with whatever it is. Okay, that's a better heart. It's like crazy looking, but whatever. Alright, y'all, so my camera died. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right back into what I was doing before. So if y'all wanted to see the whole me contour my face part, I have another video of me contour my face. Do it? No, I don't actually do a video on how I contour my face, even though I do it kind of different every time. So I'm gonna be contouring my face with the It's My Right BH Cosmetics palette because I really like this this brown shade in the middle here. Alright, so I'm using this pink blush by MAC. It's not like super pinky, but I don't want it to be like super duper pink anyway. Alright, y'all. So in my look, I'm just gonna be putting on lashes, but the sun is going down and my phone is dying, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video or like my channel, then subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below other videos that I should do, and make sure you turn on the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.